Hello everyone, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. Today I'm going to be focusing on the Chanel Holiday palette in Enchanted Night and creating almost a one palette look, and we're going to see how it goes. So if you're interested in that, please keep watching. As you know, I have been sticking to a cozy fall theme for October and November. You can see I still have my jack-o'-lantern pillow back here. I am still in the fall mood, and I am still in the mood to comfort myself. So I thought that I would focus today on the Chanel Enchanted Night holiday palette, because this is a holiday palette, but however, it has a very fall theme. At least I believe it does, because it has those oranges and those purples and a little bit of those pinks. This palette really lends itself from Halloween to the November holidays to the December holidays. So whatever you celebrate, it really just leans from one to another to another. So I'm going to use this as my transitional palette into December, and while still keeping that fall coziness. So today I have already done skincare and sunscreen as per usual. I've done my eyebrows with the Chanel Stylo Sourcils Haute Precision in Brun Clair, and I've primed my eyes today with the Juvia's Place I Prime in medium today, which is usually a bit deep for me, but today it seems to work just fine. I'm going to start off, just go right into the holiday palette, and you all know that this shade, this orange shade, pumpkin shade, copper shade, whatever you want to call it, rose gold, this is my favorite shade in the palette. So I'm just going to go in with my ring finger, and I'm going to apply this all over the lid. And these shades are soft in application because they are IN cheek colors. So you don't really want a heavy pigmentation if you're going to be applying it in layers to the cheeks as either a highlight or a blush. Or at least that's the idea. You might want a big pop of color on your cheeks. Sometimes I do too, but the idea is to be buildable and be able to go from cheek to eye to whatever highlight you need on your face or accentuation, and just to be able to create the color that you need for your face. That's my theory anyway. So this will require a little bit, if you want that deep color in here, this will require a little bit of building up, but using a finger usually allows for that. If you use a brush, it's a little bit more sheer, but it's also still very beautiful. Again, you get this sort of coppery rose gold color on your eye. And then you can also use this as a highlight or a blush if you'd like. Just depends on your preferences. And I've been kind of thinking about how I want to accentuate this eye. I want it to be very simple. You know, I've been into very simple looks lately, and I really love this color. And so my instinct was to reach for my Chanel Stylo U in Marin. However, I think I want to use this beautiful purple and incorporate this into the line on my eye. So I'm going to go into this Guerlain thin applicator. This comes with their Ombre, and it has one of these small applicators here. And so I'm going to go into this and line my eyes with the sparkly purple shade and just incorporate this into the eye look without doing like a crease shade or an inner corner, something that's really going to take the focus away from the rose gold. But we're playing, we're experimenting, we're going to see how this works. Something you have to build. It's not incredibly pigmented. I mean, there is beautiful purple there, you can see, and it is buildable. but it has like this translucency to it. And it's just kind of nicely accentuating that rose gold there, without looking, I think, too Halloween-y, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with being too Halloween-y. Yeah, I really like the way that this little applicator is just putting this on very softly and very close to the lash line. So I like the way that that applied. Again, I think it's defining on the eyes. It gives you a little bit of color, but I don't think it's taking over. Maybe on this side, I'll just put a little bit. This line always tends to be a little bit thicker. So I'm just gonna go in and add a little bit more of the rose gold. But yeah, I really like that. Again, just to accentuate the lash line. A little bit of a hint of a sunrise going up from purple to rose gold to orange. I like that. So this is the eye for now, and then I'm going to go into my base, the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. So with a soft layer of that down, I am now going to go in and use this as a blush and highlight. So I'm going to use it as the multi-use palette it is supposed to be. So I'm going to go in with this Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to go into this beautiful magenta shade here and just tap that in, and I'm going to use this as blush today. So this is the magenta shade applied as a blush. You can see it's a very satiny formula. There's not any really sparkle to it. And it's not my favorite blush, I would say, but it is a nice winter flush color. So again, it applies very lightly, so you do have to layer it. I have put it all around the sides of my face just to do some blush touring, and you can see I've got that sort of winter glow right here. Reminds me a little bit of the Healthy Winter Glow Le Beige blushes from last year. And yeah, it's very pretty. Again, not my favorite blush color, but I do like the way that it looks with the eyes. And I think it works very, I think it's gonna be very, very pretty for when it starts to, at least where I live, snow, starts to get much colder. It's already pretty cold, but it'll get much colder. And again, it's just going to give you that nice flushed look. Now, for someone who already has a pretty flushed look every time they climb a flight of stairs, don't necessarily need that, but when you're doing it for, you know, a party, for work, whatever you're doing for going out, I think it's really, really pretty. And today I'm going to take a break from my Diamond Dust highlighter, which I have been loving that highlighter from Chanel all of fall. I think it is so special, so pretty, and it has gotten me back into actually wearing highlighter. But today we're going to go into the silver shade here and use that as a highlighter. So we're just gonna, this is just an e.l.f. cheapy brush. I'm not using any special kind of tools or anything today. That's not what I am trying to do right now. I would love at some point to try some really expensive brushes like Sonia G or something like that, but it's just not on my radar right now and not what I want to spend my money on. But I do appreciate the artistry and the craft in those brushes, but for now it's just e.l.f. and Real Techniques, and those are perfectly valid brushes to use as well, because when you're paying a lot for your makeup, sometimes there isn't much left over for your brush. Yeah, and see, this has the glitter in it, and this is, if you've seen the campaign for the Chanel holiday makeup, this is that glittery snow-kissed look that they have in that campaign. She's got sort of snowflakes all over her lashes and all over her brows, and so this is kind of what that look is. And I'm not gonna try and overdo it a lot, but it is a nice, like, iridescent accentuation for this as a cheek color. And it's got those purples and blues in it. More of like almost a white gold rather than a silver, or even just like a shimmery white rather than a silver. But you can see the idea. It's getting a bit more frosty. The air is getting colder. And maybe I'll just take a little bit on my pinky finger and put that in the inner corner just to bring everything together. Yeah, that just gives a little bit of extra light to the eyes. And again, this is different from the Diamond Dust highlighter. This is definitely, I see the glitter, I see the texture, and with the Diamond Dust highlighter, I don't see that. So yeah, I still prefer my Diamond Dust highlighter, but I think this definitely has its place for the winter. I think it goes well from going, you've got your fall colors and your sunset, sunrise colors here going into your frosty berries and shimmers. So the palette works really well together. And again, it's a very beautiful transitional palette. Is this my favorite look I've ever done? Probably not. I probably would have chosen something different for the cheeks. And I think this is going to look really beautiful with a different type of eye, but I'm still, again, I'm transitioning. I'm still in love with fall. I'm still hanging on to fall. And there'd really be no reason for me to be sitting down and doing any of this, because I'd just be doing the same look I've been doing for the last 2 months. But I wanted to showcase this. I wanted to see how it worked into my routine for the fall, and I think, again, it is a nice transition. And with all that said, we're going to take down the shimmer a little bit with the Veil Translucent Setting Powder from Hourglass. So that powder does take down the texture a little bit, but I still, you can still see the glittery shimmery bits from the highlight that I used. To finish off the eye look, I'm going to go into the Noir Allure Amethyst. This was from the Halloween Le Terre de Chanel collection. And I really do love this mascara. I think it's a beautiful chameleon kind of mascara. It looks black and defining when you look straight on, but if you look at it from the side, you can see those more purpley elements to it. It's almost got a fluorescent quality to it. It doesn't, but it almost does have that. If you've seen any of the marketing images for the Chanel fall collection, there's kind of like this ghosting image of, like, you can see the outline of the products in sort of this ghostly purple, and it almost kind of reminds me a little bit of that. But again, beautiful and defining, goes really, really well with this purple shade as the liner, and mixes in really well with the rest of the look. And unless you're looking really, really closely, you really can't tell that I'm wearing purple mascara. And to finish off the look for my lips, this is the Baume Essentiel in Solar Glow. So this is the more coppery one, and I'm just going to apply that to the lips. I've been using so you can see that's a little bit metallic, but not incredibly pigmented, and it does give off the same vibes as the eyeshadow. It can be a little bit deeper and more defining on my lips. I have been using the Balm Essentiel in Morning Dew for the last week, and I really like it, but it is very, very, very transparent, translucent. It's almost not there. And I love the feel of it, and I love that it does give some color and some shine. But I thought I would just go back to the summer collection. And again, I love the way that the collections all go together. So you've got the coppers and the bronzes and the rose golds leaning into the purples, leaning into the berries and the shimmery colors for winter. I really appreciate the collections that go together. It's a great way to incorporate past collections into the newest collections and to keep your makeup really going for a while. So here's the finished look, guys, and I did want to share one more thing with you before I go. I did end up getting my third Chanel holiday set. I knew I had another one coming. It just came a little bit later to the boutique, and this is the one called Active Beauty. This is again a skincare set, and I just wanted to take a moment, and I know this is a little bit blindingly shiny, but I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate the holiday packaging from Chanel, the beautiful foiling, the beautiful snowflakes made out of the CCs, the interlocking CCs. This is probably the best value for me personally. You're not getting really any savings with these kits. The prices are what they are on the products, plus you're paying a little bit extra for the bag. But it is a really wonderful way for me to restock on my skincare, get it all in one go, get a beautiful case and some gifts for some people. And this is really beautiful, and this is my first time buying the holiday sets. I've always been tempted in the past, but I'm really, really loving this sort of fluffy silver flecked tweed style with, again, the beautiful interlocking CCs, snowflake here, and then the raised metallic lettering here, and all the gold. It's just really, really beautiful. And this thing just feels like a hug. So this is the skincare set Active Beauty again. So it comes with 3 products. Starting off with the Hydra Beauty, this is the Essence Mist. I absolutely love this product. I've been so into the Hydra Beauty skincare line this year. And I bought one of these earlier this year, and I went through it like it was nothing. Like I went through it in probably a month. And that was because I was using it after walking. I was using it as a toner. I was using it as just something to calm myself down, or maybe just to enjoy it. And I'm going to be a little bit more sparing with it now because I do not want this to disappear within a month, but it is really a great product. It is just so nice. I have used it to set makeup. Again, I just use it for all kinds of things. And versatile, smells beautiful, feels great, and just one of my favorite Hydra Beauty products. I will also say part of the charm and allure for me of these skincare sets is that they've all come out at the right time when I've needed to start restocking on skincare. And so I'm able to restock, my face creams and my toners and my makeup removers and all of those kinds of things. I have been able to restock at just the right time for me. So it is a lot of money for skincare. I will grant you that. Again, if I'm missing anything, I can always supplement with something like Trader Joe's, or I can supplement with something like e.l.f. I really am not super, I don't need my skincare to be super high-end, but while I'm while I'm in the mood to buy some holiday Chanel, I figured I would dig into the Hydra Beauty line, and it has been really rewarding for me, for my skin, and to just keep up with a nice beauty routine. So the next product is the UV Essential. So this was a product that came out, I think, last year. They've had this before, but they reformulated it and redid the packaging. So this is the UV Essential. This is the SPF 50. They've had this in different iterations over the years. I used this in my 30s and I really enjoyed it. And the formula has changed and all kinds of things, but it's basically, it is the sunscreen that got me into actually using sunscreen every morning on my face. So, and this one again smells beautiful. It smells like the primers, it's packaged like the primers, and it just keeps my skin protected. And then a newer product for me, this one I have not tried yet. I've bought it for other people as a gift in the past, but I've not tried it myself. This is the La Creme Mon, so this is the hand cream. It comes in the little eggshell packaging. They've had this again around for a few years. There's also the one in the black packaging, which is the heavier cream, I think. I don't know how many versions of this they have. And then they also did release a Chanel No. 5, I think low, in this sort of teardrop eggshell oval packaging. I think it's supposed to be like a teardrop or like a bubble, like a water droplet shape. But they did this for one of their perfume bottles as well. So I'm interested to dig into this. Again, it doesn't look like there's a ton of product, and it just kind of like slides off there, which is interesting. And then it comes out. And so I'll be interested to see how this works. I don't know that it's going to like fit super easily into a purse. It might. I would need a pretty, you can't fit it into a small purse, so. But I am interested to try that and try, again, 2 products that I'm already familiar with and already love, and then something new to try. So the Chanel holiday sets have really been a win for me. I'm really happy with the things that I picked up, and I've used everything that I've picked up so far. So as we move into the winter holidays away from fall, we're not there yet. We've still got another few weeks. I'm still thinking cozy. I'm still thinking hot drinks. I'm still thinking cinnamon and spice and all of those things. That is my comfort zone. Focusing a bit more on comfort makeup. I don't think I'm going to be purchasing a whole lot more new makeup, so I will be focusing on things that are already in my collection, things that work well together. And that's how I'm going to probably close out the year. Something could always happen. Purchases could always be made, but for the most part, I think I'm focusing on my collection as is. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome. All of them would be deeply, deeply appreciated. And I will see you in the next one, guys.